What's up, everybody? Hello, Juko, Poison, Raspberry, Abkin, Storm. Storm is already... Oh, alright, Storm. You are the first. Ace Combat 5, the Unsung War. Thank you, Storm, by the way. Yeah, we're starting. If Storm is in a hurry, I am in a hurry to listen to Ace Combat. Unsung War. So... Wait, is this the one? Unsung War OST. So how are you guys? I'm gonna greet you guys while we listen to Unsung War from Ace Combat. I think this is the one. Froggy's here. Hey, Froggy. Abken, Jules, questionably. Giovanni's here helping me. Signa says, I'm busy, but I can hang out for a bit. Locus, hey Locus, how are you doing? And happy holidays, guys. For some of you, this might be the last time we see each other, because I'm gonna still do a gameplay stream after this, but not all of you hang out in the gameplay channel. Yeah, happy holidays. Shidex, thank you, Shidex. And there's a new Ace Combat game coming up, right? Austin Wilson, thank you, Austin. Doki. Is there a lot of Ace Combat fans here? I know Storm is a huge Ace Combat fan. Oisin, thank you, Oisin. Thank you very much. Happy holidays, Vientorus. Happy holidays, guys. Happy holidays. What are you guys doing for holidays? Man, is building up. Jules. Atkins says not me. So you're not an Ace Combat fan. I'm definitely gonna do Ace Combat video. Storm says you will be covering Ace Combat 8 when it releases. I will. Austin says we are moving into our new house, bro. That's so cool. So cool. That was me exactly a year ago. Tracy says I'm gonna watch FNAF 2 for my Christmas present. And thanks to Storm, I have actually played Ace Combat now. Oisin, thank you, Oisin, thank you. Abkin says today was the last work day of the year for me. Oh, Raspberry says me too, Abkin. I still have some work to do, but on Tuesday I'm going out on vacation. I'm gonna visit the in-laws. Call of Booty, thank you, Call of Booty. Let me update the list. Atkins says it will be a fun vacation, I'm sure. It will be a fun vacation. It's just that I'm not a vacation type of guy. Oh man, this is amazing. Wow, there's such feelings of patriotism in this. It almost sounds like a national anthem, right? M2, thank you, M2. Austin again. Wow, this is amazing. And the orchestra is actually pretty tame in this. It's just providing support to the choir. Yeah, but I was saying, I'm not a huge vacation kind of guy. I've gone on some amazing vacations, and then like at day like 2 or 3, I'm like, bro, get me out of here. I want to go home, like do some work. Xenix, thank you, Xenix. This Ace Combat 5. The one you gave me, Storm, is 7, right? So this track is not there. D-Day is here. Hey, D-Day. Giovanni says, I'm like that too. That's why I like spending my vacation in my house. Thankfully, I'm gonna spend some of the vacation in the house. But yeah, a lot of it is going to be outside. Travel. Great Raging, thank you. Great Raging, thank you. Storm says yes, Ace Combat 5 was correct, and Ace Combat 7 on your Patreon. Oh yeah, that's right. You recommended 7 on the Patreon. Yeah, Storm, you can rest easy when the new Ace Combat comes out. I don't care if anyone recommends it on Patreon or whatever. I'm gonna cover it for sure. Warren, thank you, Warren. Locus again, thank you, Locus. And this is the first capitalism stream we've done in a while, right, guys? It's been a while since I've done this. I got kind of burned out of these, but now I'm gonna start doing. I was talking about this with Giovanni before the stream. I'm gonna start doing shorter streams. Like these music streams are very exhausting. It's been months. I'm not gonna do like 5-hour music streams anymore, guys. That doesn't work. It's very, very tiring. Like, you can ask Julia about this. After I do like one of those 5-hour music streams, I just leave the studio and I'm just a zombie. I just pass out on the couch and sleep. It's so exhausting. Like, it might not look like it is. And like, I'm not saying like, oh, this is a terrible job. My job is so hard. But, you know, spending 5 hours paying attention to music and, you know, managing you guys and interacting with you guys, it's very tiring. So I think I found a sweet spot last time. 2 hours, I feel like it's pretty good. So then the next one is from Austin. If I do 2-hour streams, I will not burn out, and I'll be able to do them more consistently. Is composing OSTs less tiring? That's a good question. Composing OSTs is very tiring, but honestly, I feel like 5 hours of composing OSTs is less tiring than 5 hours of this, for sure. Does that mean you will cut off the donations early? I will close the requests. Close the requests at some point, and I'll keep going. I'll try, like I always do. I'll try to listen to all the requests, but I'm gonna close the requests pretty early. Xenix, thank you, Xenix. Exactly. Giovanni says, because while composing, you don't need to interact with people. Yeah. Man, very bluesy. This is amazing. Oh, this is Sega. This is a Sega game. The composer is Tomoya Otani. Apkin says, introverts' biggest fear, interacting with people. Yeah, social stuff is always tiring, yeah. For some people, right? For me, it definitely is. Is that old, like, definition of introverts versus extroverts? For introverts, interacting with people is like sucking away energy from you. I'm definitely like that. The name of the game is Rhythm Thief. That's such an interesting... Such an interesting name for a game. Harpsichord with like a big band style orchestra. So unique. Atkins says, I had an interview with the department director 2 days ago and I was out of energy after 50 minutes. I could barely work that day. Have you ever stolen someone's rhythm, Davi? Bro, all the time. All the time. Composing is... what's the phrase like? Good... normal artists borrow. Excellent artists steal. There's something like that. You take someone's idea and like you make it your own. Austin says the soundtrack is very catchy, which makes sense because it's a rhythm game. Yeah, I mean, with rhythm in the name, I thought so. It's very interesting. A rhythm game with big band music? That's kind of unusual, I feel like. So next up is Xenix, Lily and Lylene Boss from Pal World. I don't think I've ever heard a song from Pal World at all. This will be my first time, I think. Cuphead was similar, no? Yeah, it was similar, but it was not a rhythm game. Davi, do you have a favorite time signature? Not really. I mean, each time signature has a different purpose for me. Have you ever used a 9x8 time signature for game music? I feel like I have. I've done a soundtrack once for a Middle Eastern themed game, and 9-beat time signatures for some reason are kind of common in Maqam music. Maqam is like is a kind of Arab style of music. I don't remember exactly, but I feel like I have. Probably in that game. Locus again, thank you, Locus. Wow. Wow. There's some crazy prog sessions. The soundtrack is very cool. Power World for me has always looked kind of low budget. Yeah, Dream Theater. Kind of Dream Theater prog section all of a sudden. So I never actually expected much of the music. Atkins says, my favorite for listening is 6x8. Always bangers. Bro, 6x8 reminds me of Yngwie Malmsteen. So I'm curious if you can detect AI in music. I haven't listened to a lot of AI music, so probably no. Very cool blend of orchestra with a band. Burn says the AI country songs can be funny, but it's mostly awful trash. I feel like AI can be useful to speed up some things, but generative AI is mostly good for memes, right? So up, thank you. Salt, soup, thank you. Nice, the piano. This really does sound like it could be like some prog band song. And this is a boss theme, right? Would you accept a gig where the devs would want to train AI from your OST for creating DLC OSTs? Probably not. No. I'm not like, if I sign on to a new game to compose, I want to create a long-lasting, long-term relationship with the developers usually. I want to work on their next game, I want to work on the sequel, I want to work on DLC. That's usually how it works, you know. There's developers I've been working with since 2017. Yeah, partnership. I don't want, usually when there's an opportunity to work on a kind of one and done game, I might accept it, but it's not as attractive to me as becoming friends with this new group of creative people and then becoming a part of their creative endeavors for years. Storm again, thank you, Storm. M2 again, thank you, M2. Do you have any song you've worked on willing to name and share? Yeah, I have a bunch of public soundtracks. I think the most famous one is the one I did for a game called Koromon. And there's a new Koromon coming out next year. I'm excited for that. So let's queue up the next track. That was very enlightening. Enlightening. How do you say that? Enlightening. That was very elucidating. This Paul World track. I think the next one is from Oisin, is Shake the Prophecy. From La Mulana 2. How do you shake a prophecy? Let's find out. Man, these La Mulana tracks are really good. guess you have to shake the prophet while they're saying the prophecy. Barnes says, La Mulana series has great music. I barely know anything about it. All I know about it is because of Oisin, because Oisin recommends it a lot. Sina says, Cromon was a decent game, but I barely got into it a little too close to Pokemon. Yeah, he's very inspired by Pokemon. Would you accept being part of a full-time team? I've kind of sort of done that recently, so yes. Oh man, this is cool. That melody back there was really cool. I've signed on to work with these devs probably 2 years ago, and they want, you know, usually the industry standard is for a game composer to charge per minute of finished music, but these devs, they wanted me to be at their disposal for this many hours, for this many days, and whatever I could produce, whatever they wanted to ask me to do during these days, these hours, I would do, and they would of course compensate me for these hours. So I've done that. Let me go back. I missed the cool melody. Yeah, this melody is really cool. Xenix, thank you, Xenix. Signa says, La Mulana is a very old platformer game. Sort of proto-Metroidvania. Yeah, I feel like Oisin told me that at some point. Man, cool flute. Xenix, thank you, Xenix. Man, the bass is so cool too, the bass line. One cool thing about these old school retro tracks, I mean, this track is not even that retro, but still, there's that retro style to it. The bass lines, man, the bass lines in these retro games used to be so elaborate and tight. Okay, let's queue up the next. Thank you guys for the support so far, by the way. Thank you. Happy holidays. Next up is The World Looks Red from Ultra Kill. I've probably heard this before because I've done a full stream on Ultra Kill music. Is it this one? Yeah, that sounds like Ultra Kill. I feel like Ultra Kill has such a heavy, kind of oppressive sound to its music. Jules says you haven't. You've done only Act 1 and 2, and this is from Act 3. Oh, so this is new. Mash, thank you, Mash. Castlevania Lords of Shadow, bro. That's a blast from the past. That was a cool game. Wow, that's an old cool game. I feel like people barely remember the Castlevania Lords of Shadow games. Castlevania game made by Kojima, by Hideo Kojima. Did you guys know that existed? Kojima Vania, yeah. Shadox says hated Lords of Shadow. Man, I liked it. The first one. I haven't played the second one. It was very derivative of God of War. I feel like that's the only flaw, I guess you could say. It didn't feel much like Castlevania, but still, it was a good God of War game. Konami will be on my shit list forever for what they've done with their IP. Ibrahim is here. Hey, Ibrahim. Man, there's a descending... Look how there's a descending pattern here. There's a sense of... a sense of desperation, of falling, of losing energy. And then this part is so apathetic. Man, the drums. Nice. Ew. The bass is doing this slide from the high-pitched notes. Ew. Man, Ultra Kill music is so unique. There's this blend of this like weird metal sound with organ. And it's such an orchestra in a way of guitars, right? I feel like there's like 10 guitars playing. There's a bunch of solo guitars playing different things. Rhythm guitars. Sina says, I've been playing a Deep Rock Galactic game that mimics Vampire Survivors. It's pretty fun. Speaking of Vampire Survivors, you remember Be My Horde? Signa? Like, I hadn't seen the game in a while, and then apparently they released an update recently. It's looking so different now. Signa says, good game. I'm probably gonna make more music for them soon. I'm looking forward to the full release. Signa says, I've been meaning to play it again since the updates. That's the problem with early access games, right? You just Sometimes you have to wait for so long, right? When the game finally releases, is gonna be really cool. Camijo, thank you, Camijo. I feel like this track is already looping, and we are at the 6-minute mark. So let's establish this rule today, guys. At the 6-minute mark, we stop, okay? Because we have a bunch of tracks to go through. And it's already over, okay. So next up is another one from Austin. And it's the Oni from Ghost of Yote. Man, Ghost of Tsushima had great music. This, I believe, will be my first Ghost of Yote track. My first time hearing it. Unreleased OST. Oh. Giovanni says, I've only recently started giving a chance to early access games, but I take a good look at what the developers have been doing before I purchase. Yeah, you gotta look if the developers have been updating and stuff. When was the last update? Atkins says, Ghost of Mid. Completely whack. Thank you. Completely whack. And this is the signature sound of Ghost of Tsushima and now Ghost of Yote, which is a signature sound of, I feel like, some old school samurai movies. The orchestra, right? The Western movie sound, plus the Japanese instruments, like here in this case is a shamisen, is that kind of Japanese guitar. There's this instrument called shamisen. You've probably seen it. It's like a Japanese guitar. Yeah, and this percussion. Oh wow, what is this? Almost sounds like a guitar, an electric guitar. This might be a guitar. Looks like a Chinese sangxian. But there's an effect on it. There's like a guitar distortion applied to it. Yeah, but I was going to say this percussion is probably a taiko drum. Austin says Tsushima mostly used the shakuhachi, but Yote mostly uses the shamisen to give it a more Western feel. I was about to say that. The guitar, I mean, what I assume to be the guitar back there, there's almost like a spaghetti Western feel to it. Which I know like some old school samurai movies have that kind of feel. So maybe that's what they are taking inspiration from. Let's see if they're gonna do the electric guitar again. The devs wanted to pay homage to the old Yakizawa, I think, films. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but it's probably one of those old school samurai movies, right? Black and white. Listen to this. Kurosawa. The orchestra is great too. I mean, in soundtracks like this, we tend to pay attention to the different instruments like the shamisen, but the orchestra is pretty good too. Okay, let's cue the next one. Great Raijin. Thank you, Great Raijin. Polluted Platoon. Pathfinder. From Another Crab's Treasure. Is that's Crab Souls, right? It's like a Souls game, but crab. This will also be my first time listening to music from this game. Wow, not what I expected at all. Polluted Platoon Pathfinder. I can't imagine where this plays. It's a goofy meme game. I mean, there's a little bit of tension to it and there's rhythm to it. It could be combat, but it sounds too weird. Abkin says, hot take, but this track sucks. I've never listened to music from this game, but I have to imagine the whole soundtrack is not like this. So I have to assume this track is an odd track, and it has to be odd for some reason. So I don't know. It's probably like some unique scenario in the game. So next up is Locust. Thank you, Locust. Time waits for no one from Toho. Wait, Toho Makuka Sai. Fantastic Denmaku Festival. Wow, that's a different Toho game than the usual numbered titles. Let's see. Context. This is a Toho fan game, and the track is a remake of a Toho track. See if you can notice which one. Let's see. Man, I've heard a lot of Toho tracks. The name of the track is Time Waits for No One. Let me see. For some reason... Oh, wait. I think I found it. Time Waits for No One. Is it this? Sarah's here. Hey, Sarah. It's fun. You can really tell. You can really tell this is Toho, but not really Zoom. I don't know what track this is. It's hard to recognize, at least for me, like an outsider looking into Toho. It's hard to recognize Toho songs because a lot of them are very similar. But I don't recognize this one. But yeah, I was saying, you can clearly tell this is Toho, but you can also clearly tell it's not Zoom exactly, because the instrumentation is so different from what Zoom usually uses. Like, he never uses these realistic orchestral samples. Cool melodies. Yeah, like string melodies like this. I feel like you rarely hear this with actual zoom. It's plain Asia. You listen on last stream. Oh, okay. With another one plus some original parts. Oh, okay. Yeah, if I listen to it on stream, I'm even less likely to recognize it because, you know, on stream, I might not pay full attention to it and talk over it and stuff. Austin says, fire sale Black Friday ass shop. Now I know what the AHH means. I asked around about that on the last Expedition 33 stream. Now I'm in with the new slang from the kids. I know all about the A and the H and the H. Davi's getting closer to the Zoomers, yeah. So next up is another one from Locus. Thank you, Locus. Dempatic Imaginary Girl Q from Union Syndrome. Rhythm Psychosis. This one's the main theme, also playable in game. It's a rhythm game, okay? Set to release next year. Imaginary Girl. Man, is it going to be insane? Like every time, not every time, but most time you guys recommend me music from rhythm games is just to throw me off. I think it's this one, right? Yoshi's here. Hey, Yoshi. Is this one Locus? I think it is, right? Okay. At least it's not one of those weird, noisy songs that just serve to throw me off. Payburn. Thank you, Payburn. Thank you. Storm says, Imaginary Girl. Every gacha player's mind. Signa says, you made a great face listening to that typo drum game. Giovanni says, reminds me of Baby Metal. I've actually never heard Baby Metal. Is it like this? Wow, the drum is crazy. Nice melody, nice melody. The drum is mostly like EDM drum, but at some points the drum gets kind of metal. Yeah. Yeah. Giovanni says in metal. Yeah, but this sometimes I feel like the drum goes on like some double kick burst. Yeah, yeah, I mean, of course. There was a little throw-off section there. See? Crazy double kick drum. Austin says, so this is why you all give Davi headaches after 5 hours. Yeah, this is why I can't do these streams for 5 hours. Zero Kami says, why am I thinking about internet overdose? I've done a video on internet overdose. It is similar indeed. Are you able to understand anything she's saying, Davi? Yes. Okay. That was unusual. Next up is Art Knights. I've listened to Art Knights music for the first time. Is the video out yet? I've done a video on Art Knights. I don't think it's out yet. Wait, I forgot to put my AC on silent mode. Sorry, guys. You guys must have been hearing the humming. The stream is now ruined. Arc Knight's battle theme. Great Raijin, thank you. Giovanni says not yet. Oh yeah, so Arc Knights is not out yet. Okay. Oh, this one is Middle Eastern. Oh, cool. Why do these gacha games always have incredible music? I feel like it's part of their business model. Like, put as much money and effort into the how can you say, the immediately evident aspects of the game. Those are art, right, the stuff you can see, music, the stuff you can hear, and make the game free to play. It's like the recipe to attract as many people as possible. This is so good. It's like a dance Middle Eastern music. Yeah, gotta have catchy music to grab customers. Yeah, I feel like that's probably their business model. That's probably their strategy. Very conscious strategy. Because, you know, you can put money into many different things in a game. And undeniably, these gacha games all look amazing. And they sound amazing. And, you know, if you have amazing sounding music and amazing looking graphics, you can put that in a trailer and attract, and the game is free to play. You can attract hordes of people. Snap says, praying for the Drag Lord OST soon for the new Night Rain DLC. I've made a video on the new Night Rain DLC. It's not out yet, but Giovanni's working on it. Captain says mid-rain DLC. I was actually going to record. I was going to record more videos today, but I didn't. I might have to record them later, maybe Monday. Signa is leaving. Bye bye, Signa. Cool. Man, that was a really cool track. So next up is Master of Masters. The request is by M2. Thank you, M2. Kingdom Hearts. Man, I almost had the opportunity to go to a Yoko Shimomura concert this year. Here in Brazil, which is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. But then we had to adopt a little goblin of a dog. On the last minute, and we couldn't go. Kari moment. Yeah, Kari sabotage. And Jeanette, thank you, and Jeanette. Oh, and Jeanette is just lurking. Thank you, and Jeanette. Thank you for the support. Have a good lurk. Shadak says closing request soon. No. Oh wow, this is chaotic. I think we're good to go with the requests for a little longer. This is funny. It's like someone fell on the piano. And Yoko Shimomura, by the way, is a master pianist. Yeah, listening to a Yoko Shimomura soundtrack with piano, this is most likely her playing, is really a treat. She's such a good pianist. And listen how interesting it is that the low-pitched piano is providing a little ostinato that keeps going for the whole song. Such tension in this. What? The music lagged. I know a cello player who says piano is too formulaic, lacks personality, like strings. I get it. Strings are more expressive than piano. Teen Herb, thank you, Teen Herb. Yeah, here's the piano ostinato again. The piano ostinato gives such a sense of weight and kind of a tense oppression to the song. And the name of the track is Master of Masters. This might be a boss theme? Sounds like it could be a boss theme. Like one of those scary, ominous, silent, not silent, but kind of quieter boss themes. Not sure how well you know Kingdom Hearts, but the Master of Masters is currently is an unknown character doing everything behind the scenes. Oh, so is this a cutscene track then? Yeah, cutscene. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, I said boss, but it also sounds appropriate for a cutscene. So next up is another one from Storm. Thank you, Storm. Windblown Naveless Family. Never heard of this. Original soundtrack by Danger. The composer of this is called Danger. Atkins says, Windblown music is a bit zoomery, but it fits the speedrunness of the game. Storm says it's quite unique, you'll like it. Oh, cool, drums, cool. Yeah, I definitely get what you mean by zoomery. Yeah, this. Mohammed says, what a creative name. Yeah. Man, I'm wondering. I should have gotten a cool nickname for me as a composer, so I can be all the hype with the kids. I should have called myself Speed or something cool like that. Speed Demon, Speed Vasc, Speed Vasc Demon, under, you know, between brackets, Demon, you know, a little bit of Demon. Nah, I was expecting this breakdown. Oh, vocals. Oh, cool harmony. Oh. M2? Bro, M2! Heaven's Divide from Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Wow, a man of culture. What an underrated song. I love that. All the Metal Gear songs are so good. You know something amazing? The guy who made some of the soundtracks for Peace Walker is Jeremy Soule, the guy from Elder Scrolls. Man, I like the drums in this. With this kind of music, like synthy, vapor wavy kind of stuff, they usually use synthy electronic drums. I like how organic and real the drums feel in this. Wow. I think it's about to end. Another one from Power World is the next one. From Xenix. Thank you, Xenix. The vocals in this are really unique too. I like that with vocals, when you, especially in video game music, where vocals can be particularly distracting if you don't do them very well. Doing vocals like this song did, like editing them and making them kind of sink a little bit into the mix and almost make them feel like an instrument. So this one is Power World, the beginning. This sounds like cutscene music. Oh, beautiful oboe. Nice, this is beautiful. Mr. Spook, thank you, Mr. Spook. Giovanni says, sounds Zelda-y. It's, yeah, it also sounds Pokemon-y. Although, yeah, it sounds more Zelda-y than Pokemon-y. Because Pokemon music is orchestral like this, but I feel like Pokemon music is faster and more bouncy. Title screen. Oh, this is title screen. There's such a beginning cutscene vibe to this. Oh, wow. Was not expecting this. Oh, and it's gone. That was such a good match. That electronic beat with that string melody. It went so well together. Man, very cool. I honestly didn't expect anything from Power World music. I like, how are they called? The pals? Is that what they're called? The monsters? One of them is straight up a chicken. There's like the video I'm looking at here, there's like a yellow bear electric guy. There's a dinosaur man that is blue. There's a flying fox lady. And then there's a chicken. Like straight up a chicken. Oh, they're called pals, yeah. Yeah, Giovanni says, unfortunately for us Brazilians, yes, pals, yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. In Brazil, pal means penis. But anyway, yeah, next song. Another one from Power World. Dude, I'm enjoying this. Exploring Power World soundtrack for the first time. It sounds better than I expected. Engraved in Myth. Oh, there's some action to this one. Oh, choirs. Oh, guitars. This has to be combat, right? Come on. This has to be combat. And Abkin, you were talking before about 6x8. Oh, there's a little section there that's like, it was in triplets. It kind of sounds like 6x8, but I don't think it's 6x8 anymore. He's going back and forth between different time signatures. Legendary Pal theme. Austin says, is this Fatalis? Oh, Fatalis? Austin, I forgot you're into Monster Hunter. Did you play Gogmazius, the new fight in Wilds? And by the way, Zinix said legendary Pal theme. If you read that with the newfound knowledge that I bestowed upon you like 2 minutes ago, there's a new meaning to that phrase. Shadek says, I just beat Gog last night. It's cool, right? I like the fight. Austin says, I fought him twice. The fight is crazy intense, yeah. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes it switches into this triplet mode. Oh, cool. And these Power World tracks, they have proper endings. That's cool. It's an extra effort that the composer has to go through to make proper endings for these tracks. La Mulana, there's no, I don't know who recommended this, but I can probably make an educated guess. It was probably Oisin. Since the creation, I'm only finding an extended edit, but whatever. Yeah, it was Oisin. Kydex is better than Omega. I didn't even fight Omega. I'm not interested. I don't know. Some of these collab fights are too crazy for me. Our request still open? Yeah. Let me see how many tracks we have to listen to. Yeah, I might close the request soon, guys. Maybe another 10 minutes. Man, good melodies. Who composed this? Because this is from a retro game. This is so good, bro. Austin says that it felt like it ends too quickly though. The fight's really fast paced, almost too quickly. Yeah, I like the fight. I have some issues with it. It's not perfect, but generally I like it. Apkin says this is a 2018 game. I mean, people say it's actually a retro game that is getting sequels or something nowadays, or like remasters or something. So these songs, they sound so retro. I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually remakes of retro songs. Oisin says this is the sequel, and the sequel is new, right, Oisin? It's from 2018. New, okay, but it's amazing how they managed to keep the spirit of, you know, a retro game. Because this sounds like it was composed in the 90s. Soup, thank you, Soup. Delirium, thank you. Warren says, I know mine ain't going to be listened ever. I'm going to close requests soon, so we don't have too many tracks piled up. Thank you, Zeg. Thank you. Zig says, Metroid Prime 4, I realize this game's a bit divisive. Yeah, I've heard about that. What's going on with Metroid Prime 4? Yeah, I haven't looked too deeply into it, but I've been seeing people apparently disappointed with it. Okay, this is an extended version of this track, and it's already looping. So let's cue the next one. Next up is Delirium. Thank you, Delirium. This goes to Broken Eternal Dance Engine from Lennon 4. It's crazy how these capitalism streams have so many games I've never heard of. That's the cool thing about doing the two types of streams. Broken Eternal Dance. I think it's this one. I think it's this. Warren says they don't like the writing. You mean for Metroid Prime? This almost sounds like there's some Toho influence to it. Aptin says, why are they making terribly looking 3D Metroid games instead of modern 2D games? They've made a 2D, I mean, it was 3D, but it was 2D perspective Metroid game a few years ago. A bit mischievous, yes. But the bass and the piano really reminds me of Toho. Look at this. Look at this. This is absolutely 100% inspired by Toho. It has Zumpits now. Austin says Dread was 2D, right? I mean, it was 3D, but it was 2D perspective, right? Technically, it was 3D. On a 2D side-scroller perspective. Man, I remember being really addicted to Metroid Dread. Zero Comment says, now it's dangerous. Yeah, there's danger to this. It sounds like it would be for some kind of conflict. Some kind of battle. Yeah, Dread was side-scrolling with 3D models. And the quick jumps. Again, from very characteristic of Toho. Cool track, obviously inspired by Toho. I wonder what's the story. Lennon Project series. Oh, look at the description of the video. Brilliant Pagoda or Haze Castle is the 4th game of the Lennon Project series, a Danmaku series obviously inspired by Toho. Yeah. The rhythm goes crazy. And this one is another one of those extended edits, so it will keep going forever. And I think it's already looping. So we're gonna cut it. Yeah, loop. Yeah, Delirium says loop. I love the cha-cha tempo in this. I noticed that. There's a richness in the percussion. There's like all sorts of... There's all sorts of little percussion pieces, you know, in addition to the drums, the drum kit. So next up is... Since you liked Ace Combat OST, thank you, Camijo. Since you liked Ace Combat OST, I recommend Desert Stage, the ground carrier theme from UN Squadron, the very game that inspired Ace Combat series. Oh. Let's go. Oh, Super Nintendo. Wow. I've never heard of this game. But there were so many of these shooting games, side-scrolling shooting games in the Super Nintendo. But the video I'm watching has footage from the game here. I can definitely tell how this would inspire Ace Combat. Who made this? Like this? Who's the developer of these UN Squadron games? Because the art is pretty good. It looks like some old school Konami shooting games. $1991. Wait. Is this Capcom? Let me see. UN Squadron developer. Capcom. Wow. See, guys, I have a good eye for these things. I looked at the game. I'm seeing footage of the game here. It looked like a competent shooting game from the Super Nintendo. I said Konami because Konami made a lot of those. But it's actually Capcom. Wow. Amazing. I didn't know this game existed. Pretty cool. So next up, we have Limbus Company, I think. From Completely Whack. Kanto 6 Battle Theme. I think I've heard this. At some point. I mean, there's so many of these Kanto battle themes. Maybe I've heard another one, but not this one specifically. Kanto 6 Battle Theme D. Signa says, what did I miss? You missed a really cool song from a Capcom game from the 90s I didn't know existed. And Joel, thank you, Joel. You know what I just realized? My lights are not on, so you can see the reflection of the monitor in my face. You can almost see the purple from Joel's donation reflecting on my face, like I'm being blinded by the awesomeness of Joel's money. Thank you, Joel. But by the way, guys, I forgot to close the requests. I think I'm gonna close the request now. Okay. So Joel got in, of course. Cena says, I request some clothes. Requests closed. So that's it. Epkin says, anyone excited for Capcom's new IP, Pragmata, releasing in a few months? Yes, I'm excited. And, you know, when it comes to Capcom, crazy percussion. Percussion is so heavy in this. And choirs. When it comes to Capcom, it's pretty easy for me to get the game for free. So it might be a good idea to stream it if people are into it. Mash says Pragmata looks awesome. Yeah, Capcom is on such a good run now for the past few years. Sina says, I'm still looking forward to Okami. Me too. I want to stream it someday. Man, the stakes are so high. No wonder. I mean, I don't know anything about Limbo's company, but I know there's a bunch of these Kanto battle themes. In my mind, it makes sense that this is the 6th one, because the stakes are so high. It does sound appropriate for a late game, or at least like a high stakes. Wow, that was sudden. A high stakes moment in the game, like a late game kind of thing. Abkin says ADHD game. Next up is Joel. Thank you, Joel. I don't know if you heard anything about TF2, but here's one I've loved when it came to the game. TF2, the calm and robots. I don't think I've ever heard anything from TF2. TF2. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I've seen these guys, the TF2 guys. It's impossible not to know them, not to have seen them. Signa says, "Are you a Zelda fan, Yo, bro? You kidding?" When I went to Japan, I brought to Giovanni a little Wind Waker amiibo, and he was crazy for it. That you can press Alt key while selecting the text so it doesn't open edit mode. This is really cool. Wow, there's a clear Ennio Morricone feel to this, like a spaghetti western thing. Giovanni says, "Yeah, I fear posting Nintendo stuff on YouTube. I never had a problem with that." This sounds so cinematic. And it's so long too. Is this for a long ass cutscene? Because it sounds scripted, because there's these changes in the vibe, very specific changes. See? Changed again. This doesn't sound like looping music. It is, right? A cutscene or something scripted? Yeah. Dylan says, "Can you do Kunafa follow 9 themes from Monster Hunter?" The requests are closed, Dylan. But I do have a video on Kunafa village theme, so you could watch that. A cutscene until the first drums. Man, and the next track is from Fire Emblem. I love Fire Emblem music. So many different vibes in this. It keeps changing. It almost sounds like a medley. Very synthy, very minimalistic now. Just the bass Oh, drums. I loved all the jazzy stuff happening into the mechanic stuff. Yeah, I see what you mean. There's like some like jazzy brass. Yeah, like some big band jazz. And this melody sounds so disturbing. It almost sounds like it's tapping into that what is that called? What's that alien instrument? I forgot what it's called. Theremin. It almost sounds like he's tapping into that alien kind of theremin sound. But anyway, next up is Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valencia. Fire Emblem game that I have not played. Lord of a Dead Empire. Thank you, Payburn. Thank you. Yeah, theremin. What? Oh. Are we back? Are we back? We back? We back? Okay, we back. I think that might have been my internet. That might have been my internet. So yeah, let's resume. This guy, this opera guy. I feel like they used the same opera guy on 3 houses, right? Man, Fire Emblem music is such a fascinating thing to me. It has such a characteristic sound, but it doesn't have like a composer, like a Fire Emblem composer. There's so many different composers that have composed for Fire Emblem over the years, and still the music sounds so unique and consistent. And in Fire Emblem, typically they reserve these songs with vocals for the end game, right? A last boss or something like that. This is the final boss of Act 4. Yeah, it makes sense. Wow. Yeah, it faded out. So I guess it was about to start looping. That was really cool. Next up, Great Raijin. Thank you, Great Raijin. Kamscha Reborn. From Another Crab's Treasure. Okay, another one from that. I'm very curious. Because that other track we heard felt like it didn't represent the whole soundtrack of the game. Let's go. Kamscha Reborn. That sounds like the name of a boss, right? Wow, that's cool. Great Raijin says the game has decent variety in songs actually. It's cool of them to not make the music just Souls music. That's good. I feel like there's too many Souls-like nowadays. And most Souls-likes are too similar to Souls. I've never played this game, I don't know how it plays, but it definitely looks very different from Souls, and it sounds different as well, so that's good. And some of these sounds, some of these synths, almost give you the impression that you're underwater. See, right now, some of these synths, they feel intentionally kind of muffled in a way that almost sounds like you're underwater. Whoa, what's going on? Wait, is it over? Wow, this is very short. That was a cool track. Cool blend of like the electronic beat with the synths and stuff. Very different from Souls. I like that. Next up is Mr. Spook. Thank you, Mr. Spook. Happy to be in another stream. Happy to have you, Mr. Spook. Happy. Hope the holiday creep is treating you well. It's quite rough for my work. Anyhow, would like to request Formaldehyde from Look Outside. Oh. Wait, it didn't work. Abkin, it didn't work. Doing the out thing doesn't work. Doesn't work. You have deceived me. Look Outside OST. Formaldehyde. Abkin says it almost worked. It did almost work, yeah. Cool. Look Outside. I've never heard of this game. The image that they're showing here looks kind of horror-ish. Zero Kami says it looks like the sight of a ghost. I like that there's a retro feel to this. Nice, that's so cool, man. The choice of synths. Yeah, I know what you mean, Zero Kami. Is that what you mean? Sight from a ghost? I just realized that. It does sound like a ghosty kind of sound. Thor Knight says, oh man, just got here and requests are closed. Yeah, requests are closed, but I'm closing requests soon so I can end the stream sooner, so I can do these streams more often. So, Tornate, you're gonna have other opportunities. Mr. Spook says there's supposed to be a more mellow first phase, but this is the main course. So you'll do more streams than one a month? No. I will do one a month, which is already more than I was doing, because like the last time I did one of these was, I don't know, 7 months ago or something. So what I intended to say is that I will be able to remain consistent with the one stream a month schedule. Afkin says, I want the Hades 2 OST stream. We could do that too. What do you guys call them? Dictatorship stream. A dictatorship stream. Where we just listen to Hades 2. The choice of sounds in this, the choice of synths is so good. It sounds ghosty. So let's queue up the next one. Wow, that was an abrupt ending. Art Knights Succession. Man, this is probably the third. I think it's the third Art Knights track to date. And it's gonna be amazing. I'm really enjoying discovering Art Knight's music. And I've been doing videos on Wuthering Waves too. The music in these gacha games is all amazing. Anarchy stream went. What would that look like? Anarchy stream. Everyone suggests songs at the same time, and I play all of the songs suggested at the same time. Spook says, I think Look Outside, the game and its OST is wildly overlooked. Yeah, man, that OST was pretty cool. I think you might enjoy the music a lot. I'll be sure to request more Look Outside tracks in the future streams. You're welcome to. That would be great. Zero Kami says, City of Tears. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Your PC would explode. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's a nice 3-beat measure. Oh, it's getting more assertive. Lonely violin. And Mr. Spook says, by the way, the boss that formaldehyde plays for is an amalgamation of taxidermide exotic animals. Wow. Oh, vocals. This almost sounds a little bit like there's a Yoko Shimomura vibe to this. It almost sounds like this could be in a Xenoblade game. Oh. Yeah, listen to the piano. Such gentle piano. Oh, it's over. That was amazing. Next up is Metroid Prime. I'm curious about this. Let's see. Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime music, man. I remember being so Carfax, yeah. Being such a good example of synth use. Some of the synths that they used to use on the first Metroid Prime games. Synth and choir. That's definitely the signature sound of Metroid. Yeah, this kind of stuff. I think there's something wrong. I think my audio is glitching. Let me see something. Let me just play another video. Yeah, my audio is glitching, guys. Let me do... Hold up. Remember, this happened in the previous stream as well. Let me just do this real quick. Let me change the sample rate. Yeah, it's fixed. Okay. Remember last stream this happened, and I thought the music was just bad, the song was just bad, but it was actually my audio that was glitching. Fart issue again, yes. But now, this time, I was wise to the fart issue. This is actually way less synthy than I expected. There's strings and what sounds like a piano. Signa says, this sounds too much like a carnival, not Metroid music. I will agree that is not what I expected from Metroid. Giovanni's leaving. Bye bye, Giovanni. Thank you for helping us out. Guys, let's everyone say bye to Giovanni. Thank you for helping the stream, for helping me out. Bye bye, Giovanni. Thank you. The Metroid music I remember from the old Metroid Primes was super synthy, and the use of synth was so creative and unique. It sounded like alien music. And of course the choir. I feel like that's the signature, right? Of Metroid music. At least like newer Metroid music. Crazy alien synths with choir. But then again, old school Metroid music like Super Nintendo, like Super Metroid, used to be a little bit more orchestral. There you would have like strings and stuff, timpani, brass. It's only in Metroid Prime that they took this more synthy approach. Thomas says, hi Davi, have you listened to some themes from the new DLC from Risk of Rain? I don't think I have. And this is Retro Studios, right? It's the same guys that made the other Metroid Prime games. I wonder if it's the same composer. Let's cue the next track. The next one is Castlevania. Or rather, it's one of those Vampire Survivors Castlevania songs. Zig says, same people. Yeah, I mean, it's the same people, but it might not be the same composer. I wonder if it's the same composer. Chidek says, I will at some point have Davi listen to all out of Castlevania songs. I would love that. Because I love Castlevania music. And the Vampire Survivors guys made a great job. I mean, the names of the songs says it all. They made a great job of making an ode to this music. It really does it justice. Hidden in Smoke, yeah. It's this one. And even though I love Castlevania music, I haven't played all the games. So I end up discovering a lot of new Castlevania music. I feel like I remember this one. This one is done by Keygen Church. But from which Castlevania game is this one? Do you know? Because from the NES, I haven't played Castlevania 2 and Castlevania 3. I have played Castlevania 1 on the NES and the ones from Super Nintendo as well. Oh, the choir. Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. Which one is that? Let me see. Order of Ecclesia. Oh, it's the DS game. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I haven't played this one. Signa says Castlevania Symphony of the Night and the 3 on the GBA and 3 on the DS are all excellent games. I have very little, you know, when it came to these Ode to Castlevania tracks, I thought they were mostly about, I don't know why I thought that. I thought they were mostly about the pre-Metroidvania Castlevanias, meaning pre-Symphony of the Night. But apparently not, because this is post-Symphony of the Night. I have very little experience with post-Symphony of the Night Castlevanias. The only one I have played, as far as I remember, what was the name on the DS? Was it Dawn of Sorrow? Dawn of Sorrow on the DS. Dawn of Sorrow, I think. Man, such good melodies. Signa says Circle of the Moon. Yeah, Dawn of Sorrow. That's the only Metroidvania Castlevania I've played. I've never played Symphony of the Night. I should play it. That could even be a good streaming game. Signa says Dawn is excellent, probably second best after Symphony of the Night. Raspberry says, playing Hades 1 right now. Why are you playing Hades 1? Oh, that's cool. Davi, is Dark Souls 3 after Ocarina of Time? I haven't decided yet. I'm leaning towards at least a little bit of Donkey Kong, because it's such a cool game. Like when we listen to the OST in a stream in this channel, everyone on the chat was so hyped, like, to see me possibly play Donkey Kong, and it will literally take one stream if we just do Donkey Kong 1. Donkey Kong 2 will probably take like 2 or 3 streams. Raspberry says, because why not? I just thought you would be playing Hades 2, because it's the new one. Atkins says Pragmata in April. Oh. Yeah, there's Pragmata. We could play that. I'll bet they'll give it to me for free. But that's an incentive. Tricuspid says, oh, it's the last stream of the year, as I'm curious of Davi's favorite video game music of this year. That's a good question. I haven't played a lot of games from this year, but it's probably going to be something from either Monster Hunter or Monster Hunter Wilds or Silksong, because those are my 2 favorite soundtracks of the year. Next track, by the way, Art Nights, such is the joy of our reunion. Thank you, Soup. Let's go, Art Nights. That's so funny. Such is the joy of our reunion. And it's a boss theme. You can include prior years. Even if I include prior years, Man, this road. Oh, Zig says, to answer your earlier question, the main composer for Metroid Prime 3 came back from Metroid Prime 4. Oh, that explains a lot, actually. Because Metroid Prime 3 music is already a little bit different from Metroid Prime 1 and 2. Actually makes sense. Oh, you know what? I remembered. I was trying to think of my favorite track from Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm gonna say my two favorite tracks for this year. I have to say two. I can't say just one. Choral Chambers from Silk Song and credits music, the Diva song from Monster Hunter Wilds that plays in the credits. Those are my two favorite video game tracks from 2025. Another thing that really impresses me about these gacha games music is just the variety, the versatility in the music. Which is better, Choral Chambers or City of Tears? Choral Chambers. I think, you know, Hollow Knight soundtrack is great. It's like very good. I made a bunch of videos on it. I think Silk Song music clears Hollow Knight music for the most part pretty easily. The composer, it feels like he matured and evolved so much. You can hear that in the music. The kinds of you know, you can I should do that sometime. You can take certain kinds of tracks, you know, a kind of track in Hollow Knight and the same kind of track in Silk Song, and it's, to me at least, it's like night and day, like the evolution of the composer and how better he got, more mature he got. Cerberus says, to be fair, Choral Chambers isn't even my favorite Silk Song track. That is a tendency that I feel like I have that is different from everybody else. Everybody and their grandma goes really crazy about combat tracks and boss tracks. Like if you examine the suggestions, even in streams like this, you'll see that 90% of them are combat tracks or boss tracks in some way. I tend to really appreciate the ambient tracks. I don't know why, I just really like them. So I tend to appreciate ambient, calm, quiet tracks more than boss tracks. That's probably why Choral Chambers is my favorite, as opposed to something more bombastic like Widow or something like that. So next one is from Shidex. Thank you, Shidex. 9 Years of Shadows OST Hibino's theme. Never heard of this game. Cerberus says, I am Sebastian now. Okay, Cerberus. Shidex says, my next song might put you to sleep. You'll never guess what the NPC Hibino does in game. Yeah, this is so gentle and quiet. I wonder what this Hibino character is about. Such gentle piano. It's just piano and the sax. And the sax almost sounds like he's doing improv. There's like a looseness to it. Like it looks free and spontaneous. And the chords that they're doing are very not tense. They're choosing spiritual, not very tense chords. And even in the piano, the notes, he's sticking mostly to the higher pitched notes. There's no like very deep bass. It makes like this Hibino character, whatever she is, whoever she is, sound delicate and small and light. Maybe not like physically, literally, but in some way, maybe a metaphorical way. Oh, it's getting a bit more intense now. Melancholic and nostalgic, yeah. Yeah, of course, there's melancholy, yeah. The song is based on a sad key. This is a sad key. But again, even though it's melancholic, there's not a lot of tension. So there's not a heavy weight to the sadness. It's more like a, yeah, like you said, the kind of sadness that you get from nostalgia is like a bittersweet kind of sadness, not a high stakes sadness. Guys, has anybody requested Drag Lords OST? No, but there's no need to, because I'll probably make a full video on that. That's Night Rain, right? Oh, the next track is Battle at the Big Bridge. That's a classic. From M2. My favorite version of this song. Let me see. There's so many versions of this. It's possible that I haven't heard this one. Ibrahim says, I'm gonna go. Thanks for the stream. Bye bye, Ibrahim. Thank you for hanging out with us. Cool. And the song gets so quiet that it almost sounds like it's going to fade out, but it's not actually fading out. It's just being played so softly and so gently. Sebastian says, I want to say that not having played Elden Ring Night Rain, Dreadlord's OST might be the best FromSoft OST ever. Whoa. Abkin says, I like how chill it is. Yeah. But next up is Battle of the Big Bridge. Let's see if I recognize this version. Oh, this is from Record Keeper. I might have heard this in the Final Fantasy rhythm game. I think I recognize this. I recognize the guitars. I recognize this. I probably played this. That's such a good song, man. The choirs. I probably played this in one of the Fiat Rhythm Final Fantasy games. Man. Final Fantasy music is hard to top. Final Fantasy music. Oh, I thought it was about to loop. This is new. This is new, like this is new composition. This is not in the original track. This version is in the newest tiered rhythm. Yeah, so I recognize it from there. And this is originally... What game is this from originally? It's from Final Fantasy IV, right? It's one of the Super Nintendo ones, I think. Final Fantasy V, okay. I never played 5. Sounds a bit spacey with the undulating digital bit. It does. I know what you mean. I mean, it sounds synthy and electronic. And the guy, what's the name of this guy that you fight? I forgot his name. I forgot the name of this boss that you're fighting right now in the original Final Fantasy V. But he's like a goofball. He's like an odd dude, like a weird dude. Yeah, Gilgamesh. He's like an oddball. So I feel like the weird synths, the undulating sounds are kind of representing his kind of odd personality. It's such a good song, and there's so many versions of this song. It's been remixed endlessly. That was cool. Next up from Xenix. Thank you, Xenix. I got a few this time because I've come to love it recently. So, get ready. First Contact, POW World, right? Let's explore more of the POW World soundtrack. First Contact. And this one is pretty short. There's such a cool blend in the soundtrack of electronic synth sounds with the orchestra. It's really a lot better than I thought, this soundtrack. For minor enemies. Okay. I was actually not gonna say... Okay, it's over. I was actually not gonna say this is for combat, because it sounded very tame at first. So next up is another one from Xenix, and it's Brutal Strike. This one, just by the name of it, probably gonna be more intense. And Signa says, how's Kari doing? She's doing great. We've been taking her to the daycare so she can adapt there, because we're gonna have to leave her there for, you know, overnight in January, because we're gonna have to travel. Wow, the time signatures in this is weird. It's 7-beat measure. Very unusual. Very unusual. It's like disconcerting, and there's a feeling of unpredictability and like kind of awkwardness. Really good for like a battle, unpredictable battle where anything can happen, that kind of stuff. Signa says, I've been wanting to get a dog for a while, and now I'm losing my work from home feature. Yeah, that makes it worse, right? To have a dog when you're gonna have to spend so much time away from home every day. Okay, next one is also from Xenix. Thank you, Xenix. Savage Dudes from Power World. All of these tracks are pretty short. They're probably looping tracks, right? They play indefinitely in the game. You know, another thing that I think is admirable about the soundtrack? It really... I said at the beginning of the stream that it sounded like Pokemon, but it really doesn't. Oh, this is for mini bosses. I mean, the only way this is similar to Pokemon is that it's orchestral. That's about it. But it really sounds like its own thing. Yeah, this one, there's a lot more tension in this one. Zenix says, just been wanting to share for a while, so thanks. No worries. Thank you. I thank you, Zenix, for the support. I'm happy to listen. In the house, I've barely seen this game. Is the combat turn-based like Pokemon? Johan says requests are closed. Yeah, requests are closed. Johan, I'm gonna do these streams shorter. So, if you don't want to miss the announcement for the stream, so you can arrive on time, maybe get into the Discord, because there, when I do one of these streams, I ping everyone, so everyone gets the notification and they can come early and make their request and stuff. But anyway, thank you, Zenix. Next up is Twisted Lovers from Gitaru Man from Kui Shupo. Thank you. There are multiple versions of the song on YouTube, so please look for the thumbnail with the big red face. Let's go. Big red face. I mean, there is a red face, but it's not particularly big. Oh, wait, I think I found it? Twisted Lovers. No, I found Twisted Reality. Tainted Lovers. I found a big red face, but it's called Tainted Lovers. Let's try Tainted Lovers. I think that's what he meant, probably. Is that it? Zenix says, no, it's real time and chaotic. Oh, the combat from Power World. Nice stream. Guitars. I am concerned though that this is not the correct track. This was not the name that he said. But there's no Twisted Lovers, it's just Tainted Lovers. But on the other hand, there's a track called Twisted Reality. So I don't know if he meant Tainted Lovers or Twisted Reality, because he said Twisted Lovers. So Kuishupo says this is the right one. Okay, thank you. I was confused. Nice blend of rock, heavy metal band. Oh, there's synths now. Nice. Shadex says, gotta do what I do and copy paste the title of the video to make it easy to find. Yeah, that's a good idea. Some people even copy paste the link. Some people do that. The YouTube link. Are the strings gonna come back? Oh wow. Wow, what is that? Is that some kind of organ? There's so much random things, so many random things happening. And it's like the... Whoa, the double bass. Like the guitar guy is dueling with a bunch of random different instruments. Oh, the drums. The guitar guy is going crazy. Wow. Organ guy, go. Wow, the guitar guy is really good. And this is a PS2 game. I've heard of this game, but I don't know anything about it. What is this game even about? I've heard about this game. PS2 game. Zero Come says, like a nightmare. It does sound random in a kind of dreamy way. Like random sounds, random instruments popping in. Cool. Guitar duet. Nice. Bro, that was cool. The guitar guy in this is really good. So next up is from Ilmerthian. Thank you, Ilmerthian. And this is Golden Idol Mysteries. Spider of Lanka. Alleyways of Lanka. I think it's this one. Immersion said Spider Time. Oh man, and the next one is one of the ones that I'm looking forward to the most. The MGS song. Apkin says 2 hour stream, by the way. I'm still getting a feel for it. I have to figure out when I should close the requests so that the stream is about 2 hours. So maybe I have to close the requests at the 1 hour mark, I think. Maybe. But also like this is not bad. I'm not tired right now. And it's already over, see? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks left, so the stream's pretty much over. That actually might be like a good sweet spot. This is a mystery. Yeah, the title says it. Golden Idol Mysteries. I remember you telling me about this game, Morgan. It's like a mystery solving game. It does sound like it. The melody's so weird. There's a weirdness to it. I guess that's where that sense of mystery comes from. And there's an aspect in the percussion, there's an aspect of Middle Eastern. Am I making this up? But these percussions sound Middle Eastern. Vocals. Wow, and I was about to say that the harmony was so soft before. There was barely any harmony. Now the accompaniment, the harmony is getting heavier, thicker. Tricuspid says, I definitely like the variant in these capitalistic streams. Yeah, it's a different flavor of stream, right? The democracy streams are popularity contests, right? So you get to listen to a lot of popular tracks. The capitalism streams, you just get to listen to some of the most obscure, unique kind of stuff. It's really interesting. That's why it's good to do the two types of streams. Zig says, silly question, but I've always wondered, do you intentionally wear white shirts for your streams? Or is it just your brand? I can't recall a time you didn't. I just have a lot of white t-shirts. I use them in my daily life because I like it. I really like white t-shirts. I have a lot of them. So it is not, to answer your question, is not a brand thing. I just wear mostly white t-shirts in real life. Yes. This game takes place in the 18th century. Alternate universe Sri Lanka. Interesting. We have a few seconds of this left. Let me queue up the next one. This might be maybe my favorite in the stream. You know, the next one. The next one that's about to play. Davi, how did the new high-tech t-shirt brand perform in the last week? Are you happy with it? I mean, it takes time for the stains, the sweat stains to form. So I couldn't say right now, but so far, I feel like a regular t-shirt would have already been stained. And this one is not. So far, so good. So next up, from M2, Heaven's Divide from Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. And this, if I'm not mistaken, this was composed by Nori Biko Hibino. which is the old school original composer for Metal Gear Solid. Man, this song is so good. Davi's channel profile picture is inaccurate because he's in a black hoodie. It's not a hoodie, it's the black button-up shirt. Man, and this song plays during the gameplay in the game. It hits so hard. It plays in an important climactic moment. And this singer is Donna Burke. She has done a lot of the Metal Gear songs. This song hits so hard when it plays in the game. Man, it's been ages since I played Metal Gear Peace Walker. Probably not the best Metal Gear game. Definitely not the best Metal Gear game. But man, Metal Gear is like Zelda in that sense. Such a good singer, right? Great performance. Amazing harmony. Apkin says, should I give other Metal Gear Solid games a try if I didn't like Metal Gear Solid 5? Too sandboxy. Metal Gear Solid 5 is the only sandboxy one, so yes. So good, bro. This is my favorite of the stream so far. Yeah, but I was saying, Metal Gear in that sense is similar to Zelda. In the sense that even a Metal Gear game that within the context of the series is considered a mid game, in the grand scheme of things compared to other games in their respective generations, is still a banger of a game. Like, it would be really hard to find like a best PSP games of all time list that doesn't contain this game. For the standards of Metal Gear, it might not be the best, but for the standards of gaming in general, definitely a banger. Sigma says, I enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 1, hated 2, and never wanted to continue past that. My favorite is 3. Metal Gear Solid 1 and 3 are the best, in my opinion. Was Metal Gear Solid 3 the one that got a remake this year? Yeah. I haven't played the remake. I'm honestly scared to play the remake. I'm scared of being upset. Because honestly, Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. It might be like top 3 for me. Top 3 games of all time. Top 5. And it is such a perfect game for me that I'm afraid to play the remake, and I'm afraid of being upset by something, some insignificant change. Zig says it's almost the same exact game as the original. It's just prettier. I like that. It's good to know that. Man, that's a good song. I hadn't heard this song in a long time. There's other songs like this in Metal Gear. There's Sins of the Father. There's a bunch of them. But next up is Tyne Herb, and it's Ja Killer from Ark Knights. Boss battle theme. I didn't skip anyone, right? Okay. I think it's this one. And this track is 7 minutes long, so we're not gonna hear all of it. We're gonna hear about 6 minutes of it. Zero Kami has to go. Bye-bye, Zero Kami. Shadek says, it looked great on the streams I've watched. I've not seen anything from it. The remake from Metal Gear Solid 3. I have not looked at it. Oh, the beat. Guitar. You know what I'm realizing right now? I think I missed a super chat from a guy. Yeah, man. Oh, I feel bad because he probably already left. Golden Sayero Potobawa said, I'm always watching from Japan. He sent a super chat. I looked at his super chat. I read the super chat in my mind, and I forgot to read it out loud. He probably already left, but I appreciate you nonetheless. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that you're always watching from Japan, because it's 5 a.m. right now in Japan, so that's very, very much appreciated. Speaking of Metal Gear, this almost sounds a little bit like Metal Gear. Like Metal Gear 2. You know, the orchestra with the high-tech kind of electronic sounds. I realize I have a lot of fans in Japan that usually are not able to join the streams because the streams are in a terrible time for them. Shuri says, so what to do so that you listen to a recommendation? I mean, requests are closed today, but in a next stream like this, next time I do a stream like this, you can arrive earlier and you can leave a super chat with your request, and I will listen to it. You know what? I forgot to do this. I should write requests closed on the title. Requests closed on the title of the stream, so people know. Biomax says it's 2 a.m. in the Middle East. Yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys watching me, even though the time zone makes it very inconvenient to watch. Like, it's right now it's like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in Japan, 2 a.m. in the Middle East. Are you planning on covering the new Night Rain DLC bosses? Yes. There's a video already recorded. It's going to come out soon. It's probably being edited as we speak. It's 5:57 in Japan right now, yeah. And Jeanette says 11 p.m. in South Africa. For me, it's 5:57 p.m. Have you ever listened to the OST of Resident Evil 4 Remake? I don't think I have. I mean, I really love Resident Evil 4, the original. I played that game to death on the GameCube back in the day. But I haven't played or listened to the remake. So we're approaching the 6-minute mark for this, and I think it's already looping too. So next track is from Call of Duty. Thank you, Call of Duty. Point of No Return is Kato. So many games I don't know. Wow, that looks like a... Looks like a retro game. Oh, that sounds so Japanese. Hey, this is really cool. This is really good. Yeah, banger. There's a retro feel to this. Again, I said this about some other tracks today. It sounds like this could have been composed in the 90s for the Super Nintendo or something, but the sound quality is not retro. It sounds good. It has good modern sound quality. So my guess is probably a modern track from a modern game, but the game has a retro aesthetic probably. And even the image that I'm looking at here, the logo of the game in a blue sky with white clouds, kind of suggests to me this might be a shooting game as well. A retro side-scrolling shooting game. The music would probably fit for that. Wow, this is new part. I have to end the stream at some point. So the requests stop coming in, and I can listen to all of them. Are we chopping? We alive? Okay. Oh, that was my internet again. My internet is weird today. We back. Okay. Oh, and this is one of those extended edits of this track. So it's gonna go on forever, and it's already looping. So let's go to the next one. The next one is Octopath Traveler. I really like Octopath Traveler music. Man, that's a banger. That's also one of my favorites of the stream. The one that just played. Mankind Wishes, Octopath Traveler. I've heard this before because I've heard the full soundtrack of Octopath Traveler a long time ago, but I don't remember. Warren says, let's go! That's yours, right? I had to listen to this full soundtrack many years ago because a developer asked me to for research for composing for a game. But I actually never played the game. Yeah, and this composer is really good. It's Yasunori Nishiki. The brass. Man, that's such a badass combo, right? It always works. Guitar, distorted guitar with the orchestra. Oh, strings, beautiful strings. Shadex is gonna head out. Bye Davi, bye everyone, bye bye Shadex. I'm looking forward to this Castlevania Lords of Shadow 1 too. Because I've played the game, I probably know the song, but I don't remember it. Yeah, Octopath is so good, yeah. Oh, vocal. And I mean, I haven't even made a comment on it, but because to me it's pretty obvious. This has to be a final boss, right? The stakes are too high. There's choirs, there's orchestra, there's guitar. Wait, Octopath Traveler, Champions of the Continent. Wait, this is a spin-off Octopath game? I didn't realize that before. Oh, I thought this was the actual Octopath Traveler game, but it's Octopath Champions of the Continent. What is that even? I don't know what that is. Champions of the Continent is a gacha. Oh, Octopath Traveler 0 is an adaptation of that game into a true game. I love how you suggested that gacha games are not true games. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know Octopath had a gacha game. Is the composer for the gacha game the same composer for the rest of the games? Is it Yasunori Nishiki? It sounds like him. Same one, okay. Yeah, it sounds like him. So I thought I had heard this before because I thought it was the soundtrack for the original Octopath Traveler, but it's not the original Octopath Traveler, and therefore I have never heard this before. Let me queue up the next one. Waterfalls of Agartha from Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Beautiful vocals. So Octopath Traveler is this game. Wow, I didn't know that. Cool. And we've reached the 6-minute mark, and I think it's looping also. Yeah, it's looping. So now it's the last track of the stream. Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Man, I haven't thought of this game in probably 20 years. Wait, is this game even 20 years old? Probably not. Maybe 10 years or something. Waterfalls of Agartha. Warren says $2, well spend it. Thank you. I'm happy you think so, Warren. I'm not gonna recognize this probably. I've played this game too long ago. Xander says, hi Davi. Hi Xander. How are you doing? We managed to catch the last song of the stream. Beautiful cello. I remember this being a kind of lonely, melancholic game. This does sound lonely and melancholic. It plays during the clock tower. Oh. And this is just area music, right? You're just playing the game, exploring, doing like the little puzzles, combat, and this is playing, right? Is that what's happening? I don't remember if this game had music for the combat. Like dynamic music for when combat happens. I don't remember. But this definitely sounds like area music, right? Mash says correct. Getting fuller. Wait, someone in the comments. I'm rolling down in the comments of the video. Someone says, great homage to waterfalls from Castlevania 4. Wow, I didn't notice that at all. I know Castlevania 4. I didn't notice a homage in this at all. But apparently there's some reference in this to Castlevania 4. Interessant. Xander says, do you know Dead Cells? Yes. I've heard music from it before. But guys, that was the last song of the stream. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. But wait. You might be thinking, oh damn, the stream is over. I wish I could hang out with Davi even more. Well, I have the solution for you. I'm gonna stream Expedition 33 tomorrow. All you have to do is subscribe to the gaming channel. Did you even know I have a gaming channel? You can subscribe over here. Yeah, French game. And we can see each other tomorrow while playing Expedition 33. Signa says, nice selection of songs, Davi. I agree. That was a good selection of songs. We got some bangers. So, guys, for now, it is time to say bye to me in the chat so I can say bye right back to you. And we'll see each other tomorrow. We're going to play some Expedition and have fun. So, bye-bye. Cerberek, Abkin, Signa, Daviva. Oh, wait, Davi Vasc is me. Tricuspa, Omerthian, Sander, Mash. Thank you guys for the support today. It was very cool. Tommy, Raspberry. Thank you guys. We will see each other tomorrow. Be there on the gaming channel. And Janet, thank you. Thank you for lurking today. Gaming channel. Go there. Subscribe. Bye-bye.